Welcome to Lighthouse Online. We are so glad you've joined us. Today on our Anzac Day special, we're joined by Ralph Esterby, Chaplain to the Australian Defence Force and National Director of Chaplaincy Australia. Enjoy.
107 years ago, on the 25th of April 1914, the Anzac legend was born. During the 10-month campaign, 8,709 Australian lives were lost at Anzac Cove in Gallipoli. On Anzac Day every year, we recall the challenges they faced, the hardships of trench warfare, the terrors they overcame, the courage and mateship they displayed, the horrors they endured, and the price they were willing to pay. The original Anzacs are etched into our memory and have become part of our nation's personality. But our remembrance does not stop at a single military campaign. We also remember the 61,522 World War I deaths and the 39,648 deaths in World War II, 340 in Korea, 521 in Vietnam, and 41 deaths in Afghanistan. In total, the last century has been witness to over 102,000 individuals who have been willing to lay down their lives and their futures for a cause. The cause of freedom, the cause of overcoming tyranny in all its forms, the cause of refusing to bow to fear, and the cause of ensuring a better life for those who would follow. They stood up, they sacrificed their lives, and they stand as an inspiration for us all. I would like to ask you a question today. Why do Australians think sacrifice is so important? I know that people do think sacrifice is important because of the response they demonstrate each Anzac Day. Thousands of people line the streets or they stand in their driveways lighting up the dawn. They remember and they acknowledge the sacrifice of others. But why do they do it? Why do Australians think sacrifice is important? The first reason is because it is incredibly attractive. It is the ultimate demonstration of putting others first and ourselves last. This is a rare commodity in a world that seems intent of grasping hold of whatever it can get. People are moved and attracted by someone who is willing to go in the opposite direction. It is also attractive because it uses the strength we may have to protect the weak. It stands in the gap and it defends those who cannot defend themselves. It is attached to the values of justice and righteousness. It is noble, honourable and transformative. People are drawn towards those who are willing to give of themselves. A life of sacrifice is a life that attracts attention. It gets noticed and even gets rewarded, although that was not the goal of the one who was sacrificing. The second reason people think sacrifice is important is because it displays the value of what we fight for. It must be an important cause if you are willing to give up your comfort and your convenience and even your life to see it come to pass. When you think of the hundreds of thousands of Australians who have been willing to leave the safety and comfort of home to travel to strange and troubled places to bring peace and stability, the cause they are fighting for must be significant indeed. Freedom from oppression and tyranny, freedom of expression, freedom of worship, freedom to have a fulfilling life and freedom to see justice done. To make Australia a safe place, a place for our children and our grandchildren to grow, a place for people from all nations to gather and find a home, a place that honours our ancient heritage as well as our future history. This is what people fight for. This is why people have died, to protect this. This is why we take notice on this particular day. But it is more than just grand ideals and national pride. It also displays the value of who we fight for. The soldiers, sailors and aviators who have laid down their lives in sacrifice have done so for individuals, for their husbands, their wives, their children, their parents, their siblings and their friends. Their sacrifice reminds us of the value of people, of families and of communities. But even it is more pointed than that. It is about my value. The object they sacrifice for must be important. Therefore, if someone was willing to give up their life for me, then I must be valuable beyond measure. Sacrifice is attractive because it instills value in us all. Life can make us feel like just a number, like a cog in a wheel, or just a faceless individual in a crowd. But sacrifice calls us out and loudly proclaims our worth, and that causes us to stand taller and to walk straighter towards the possibility which is our future. You are valuable. I am valuable. What a great gift sacrifice has given us. What a powerful message to take into our week and into the year ahead, to live a life that reflects the value that others have been prepared to pay on our behalf. Sacrifice displays the value of who we fight for. The fourth reason that Australians think sacrifice is important is because it demonstrates the price that you are willing to pay. People are awed when they hear of a piece of artwork selling for millions of dollars. When you stand in an art gallery next to a famous original, you recognise its worth by what someone else has been willing to pay. The size of the sacrifice sets the value. The fact that people have been willing to travel across the world to war-torn nations, to face challenges, hardships and horrors of battle, and to eventually pay the ultimate price of giving up their lives proves the worth that has been invested. It proves the seriousness, the commitment and the love of each one, even the ones whose names have been forgotten. This is why sacrifice is important. This is why it's remembered. This is why it should be a part of our lives. The final reason is because it displays a reflection of Christ. Jesus said in John 15:13, "Greater love has no one than this, than to lay down one's life for his friends." Jesus elevates sacrifice to the level of being the greatest demonstration of love possible. And of course, this resonates within our hearts. This truth resonates across the community, and it makes perfect sense. I have never had anyone challenge me on these words from Christ. Christ understood the importance of sacrifice. He embraced it. He demonstrated it in the most powerful of ways. Christ's death is the ultimate sacrifice, demonstrating all of the values we have mentioned so far. It is definitely attractive. It draws us to him. He said these words, "If I be lifted up from the earth, I will draw all people to myself." It displayed the value of what he was fighting for. It displays the value of who he was fighting for, you and I. And it demonstrated the price he was willing to pay. Christ stands with all those who have sacrificed themselves, and together they call upon us to respond. What will be your response? Who or what is worth fighting for? How much are you willing to pay? How far are you willing to go? And what is the price for your sacrifice? Never let us forget those who have gone before us and given themselves for us. Let's honour them and cherish the opportunity we have to live selfless lives. May the Lord bless you on this Anzac Day and lead you to a life of willing sacrifice.
Hold me now in the hands that created the heavens. Find me now in your grace runs as deep as your scars. You pull me from the clay. You set me on a rock. You call me by your name. Made my heart whole again. Lifted up in my knees, knowing it's all for your glory, that I might stand with more reason to sing than to fear. You pull me from the clay. You set me on a rock. You call had my whole heart through. Sin has no hold on me, 'cause your grace holds me now. And that grace owns the ground where the grave did, where all my shame remains, left for dead in your wake. You crashed those age-old gates, you left no stone unturned. You stepped out of that grave, shouldered me all the way. Oh, so here I stand, high and surrendered. I need you now. Hold my heart now and forever. My soul cries out. Once I was broken, you held my whole heart through. Sin has no hold on me, 'cause your grace holds that ground. Healed and forgiven, look where my chains are now. Death has no hold on me, 'cause your grace holds that ground. Your grace holds me now. Your grace holds me now. Grace holds me now. So here I stand, high and surrendered. I need you now. Hold my heart now and forever. My soul cries out. Once I was broken, you had my whole heart through. Sin has no hold on me, 'cause your grace holds me now.
Thanks for joining us, and we hope you enjoyed today's message. You know, at Lighthouse, we don't just do content, we're a community, and we would love to connect with you. Why don't you jump on the website, click the connect button, and one of our team will be in touch with you shortly. Lighthouse flourishes on the generosity of our givers. Our givers support the work that we do and enable us to serve our community the way that we can. If you want to become one of our givers today, you can follow one of the prompts on the screen right now. Around here, prayer is our language of hope, and we believe in speaking hope over each other's lives. If there is any way we can pray for you, jump on our website, click the connect button, and fill in a prayer request so our team can be holding you and your loved ones in prayer. Parents, don't forget to check the website for our awesome kids resources. There is no one better in your kids' life to teach them about faith in God than you. And we want to help that process. So jump on the website to grab those resources. Thanks so much for joining us online today. We look forward to meeting you at one of our live locations. From all of us at Lighthouse, have a fantastic week.